So training AI for Confluence. So at this moment in time, we sell a great Confluence trading bundle of trading software. The Confluence comes from my book that was published, and I've been trading this for Confluence Strategy for over 20 years. Software obviously now makes that a little easier, but we're training AI now to give people the right combinations and structure for those, just to make it a little easier, because obviously I've been doing this a long time. I can see patterns and we go straight away. So with a 4 chart set, we have on the bottom right hand corner, this is NASDAQ, by the way. We're just started to train AI for NASDAQ right now. We have the roller coaster, which is our anchor strategy. The one above that on the right, top right, is the xBrat algo, which is a Confluence strategy on its own, and that's where we have these 5 and 6 star buys. To the left, we have momentum indicator, the VWAP predator, and the right we have the bias depth heat map. So how the confluences work is that we come in, we have, if you look above here, it looks like it's the same time here, but we have this green dotted vertical line, and this is me drawing things to actually make some notes to be able to then train the AI. So we have that roller coaster anchor strategy coming in here around 1448. Then we have on this next candle here the 5 star buy signal, so we're starting to come in, but we don't really get momentum signal until 1648. That's fine, and all 6 time frames are green. So that's how that process works to get in there. And this was a great trade. It was 748 tick move. You had to carry it overnight, but again, we'll go through some of that data in a minute. So the first thing that we've done, we have the AI that produces some results that I can look at. Now, there are lots of results. There are actually 9,700 different combinations. And then I start to filter through those to look for what I think is a good number of trades. So 14 trades, a win rate just under 80%, average profit percentages, the total profit, average winner, consecutive lose, lots of information in there. And I've chosen trade number combination number 958, and I will choose probably 2 or 3 of these to build up a picture of how the AI needs to start to learn to select ways. It's, just by going to 100% win rate is not realistic, and you don't get so many trades. If you look here, the total profit is a lot less, get 5 trades, and it's not realistic. So what I do when I first look at this, one of my first filters I look at here is I select things from 75% to 100%. So I looked at those combinations, and those then combinations get drawn down, and I look then for the highest number of trades within there, so I can start to build a picture. So then the next thing I do is look at these on a chart. So we have 14 trades. Some of them were break even, not even worth talking about. This is the latest one on the 4th September 2025, really big trade. What I want to do is go back to trade 1 and work all the way through. Obviously I'm putting notes on the chart, and then I build a picture on a spreadsheet to help me then give it to my data scientist that actually starts to train the AI. So we're going to go back to the beginning of August, just over a month, Friday the 1st of August here. So we're going to look at these on the chart first, and some of the things I look at here is, so the blue area here is out of hours, okay? So the white zone is where we have the trading hours. So these are the out of hours trades, but this was a good trade. I'm looking at the risk in percentage in ticks. I'm looking at the time in which we get to risk free. Okay, so we've got all these combinations coming in. We get the entry, and then we start to go risk free when the trading stop starts to come through here, and then we get taken out the trading stop. So we're looking at average time in the trade 5 hours 22 minutes. The reward is 474 ticks. And then obviously I'm starting to put that information down. There's a loss here of 90 ticks, and then so on and so forth. We're a break even there, and again, this is all the work I do previous. Again, this one, look, this was 22 hours 50 minutes. It just came in and went sideways, but eventually won. was a winner, because obviously the confluence was there. We just didn't get the catalyst to actually coming into those trading hours give us the catalyst to actually get in there. But all of this data, I've started to collect this data, and I didn't want to go into too depth because it's quite complicated, but I've just started on the spreadsheet here, start to get my ideas and start to bring that data down. Again, this was out of hours. 154 ticks risk, 2 hours 20 minutes to risk free, reward of 222 ticks, 5 hours 50 minutes in the trade. You'll notice a lot of the reasonably big movers actually are in the trading session or starting the trading session. By the way, we only had a couple of losers in here, and they continue to go during into the overnight session, because what we have is we start with that momentum that really gets us going. We go to risk free, and it just keeps going overnight. And we'll talk a little bit about that when I bring the spreadsheet up here. Again, this one was overnight. There was a little loss over there overnight as well. We can start to learn from there. 4th September, we've got this big, reasonably big one here that started during the session. We carried in overnight. So this is the sort of work I'm doing, because obviously it's my strategy. I wrote about it in a book, and I've been doing this a long time. So we can give AI a certain amount of criteria and lots of data to start putting those combinations together. And as you saw on the previous spreadsheet, there was 9,700 different combinations with different win rates and things like that. And what that will do is just roll every 30 days to update. But what I need to do is give it some more information, and then it can learn and evolve. So let me just move this out of the way. The video is just in the way here. So when we were on the left of the chart, these were the whether it was profit or loss, whether it was started sort of in hours and then carried on to overnight, or was it just started in overnight. So we're going to talk about the in hours trades first. There were no losers, okay, which is really pretty cool. So they were there was a lot of risk involved with them. So the first thing I do want to do is look at the profit and loss. So for example, we had 689 ticks profit total, 415 ticks loss, with a net P&L of 1274. But that's okay. I mean, with that 80% win rate, it's a good strategy. But how can we learn, or how can we help the AI learn to miss out trades, to look at those max risks, and why is there a max risk? So when we look at the trades that sort of opened, I mean, there was one trade that was in and out during the trading hours, and it was a winner. We had the other three winning trades that started in hours. They were all winners, and they went into overnight. But we look at the risk here, for example, for trade 4, there was risk of $570. There was a risk of 434 here. There was a risk of 409. There was a risk of 748 ticks there. So, but we are able to take more risk when we're in a trading session, because there's more momentum, more volume driving that move in that directional flow. But when it comes to overnight, and we're going to take some trades overnight, we need to start giving rules for that maximum risk. Okay. Now we can be quite anal with that, and we can go right down to 250 ticks. In this situation, for this particular video, I've gone anything no more than 350 ticks overnight. So then all of a sudden we start to take this one in overnight. 334 is below 350. It was a good winner. We had a small loser at 348, which was just underneath that 350. We had a 154 risk here for this one taken overnight. So, the big loser was one with, reasonably big, with the biggest risk overnight. Again, that risk is going to be, even the max risk is going to be slightly smaller than during the day, purely because the volume and that momentum isn't going to have those massive gaps between stop and entry. So what we can do is we can start to train and teach that AI that we need to discount trades that are over a max risk of 350 overnight. So I'm going to look at 2 or 3 more combinations there and see what those patterns are, and we'll feed this data in to get those combinations right. I haven't even started about average length in trade and all the other data that I want to collect here, those hours in the trade, 2 hours and 6 minutes until risk free. All of that data I'm going to start to put on there, but I didn't want to make an hour-long video of all the laborious work that I do to build these, to help our traders by developing this AI to get these combinations right. Because once we've got the combinations right and we give them to all of our users, we can keep rolling those out every week by just slightly AI learning and adjusting those. But the AI needs a starting point. It needs checkpoints to learn. Machine learning doesn't learn out of thin air. It learns from experience. My experience is over 20 years with this Confluence strategy. My book was published in 2023. I've written about it. It works, but it's a complex strategy that traders need to learn. But if we can take that optimization away and give that optimization for our users of that Confluence bundle, and again, down in the link below of this video will be the link to get the Confluence bundle of this trading software. We will then get to the point where we are like gold, where it's gone through the AI over the summer, and now we're getting all of these winners. Okay, all of these combinations are coming in and getting big winners here. This didn't get Confluence, it wasn't a winner. Again, look at how that was long. So the AI has given us the right sort of information. Another win here, another win. It just keeps going here and here. So this is the first of the futures contracts, and we're sharing this combination with our users of the Confluence Trading Bundle. The next one, I've gone straight to the monster NQ to start training that AI with the Confluence Trading Bundle. Confluence Trading Bundle is not just on TradingView, it's available for NinjaTrader, for Thinkorswim. So there are other platforms it's available for. It's about getting the chart sets right, getting your alerts done, and then getting our AI to give you those combinations for futures trading and to get on and to make those trades, but to follow the rules. Anchor strategy. We get the xBrat algo next. We get the VWAP predator momentum. We get the bias depth heat map, giving us all of those. So there's rules to use, but once we use those rules, we filter out a lot of the trades and we concentrate on the high probability trades. So check out the links below for the Confluence Trading Bundle.